No 7-Eleven is safe. Dude, that's what Blake and George always
No what?
7-Eleven. Blake and George always brag about or not brag, but they always are talking about their guns because George has 2 pistols and Blake has 2.
Damn.
So they're always talking about like the fucking attachments and shit that they got for it.
IRL.
That's nuts.
And then they're always trying to get me to get it, but I don't really fuck with guns like that. And so every time they're done talking about it, I'm like, so y'all gonna
See, I didn't really fuck with guns like that until
7-Eleven. Huh?
Bro, I lived in LA. Like, I didn't really mess with guns. I didn't have a gun in my house. But then I lived in LA, and then there one day I'm streaming, and my girlfriend started yelling, "Babe!" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I'm like, "What, girl? Like, what's up?"
Yeah.
She's like, "It's somebody in our backyard." And like these 2 dudes just like hopped in our backyard, and they just walked across our backyard. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So at that point, I was like, we got to get something at least. But it was like, there was like a homeless dude. He had like no shoes on. Like he had 1 shoe on, like 1 sock. He was just walking out in the rain. And I'm just like, what is going on, bro?
My girl just texted me that a girl, like she's at work right now, and a girl she works with, her car just got broken into.
Yeah.
Like just in the first floor of the parking garage. Homeless dude just breaks into it. Took, I guess, I don't know if her purse was in there or what, but like stole her cards.
Bro, the day I was driving here, so you had to drive 22 hours here, and my girlfriend like this app, the Next Door app. You ever heard of Next Door?
22 hours?
Bro, I drove 16 straight. I drove 16 straight, and I'm just like, what?
Wait, why don't we save this?
Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of episode 119 of the Flycast. I'm sure we're leaving all that in because that was pretty good. But all right, so
let's run that back. What
No,
brought all this up?
Black Air Forces.
Peep the Black Forces.
Peep the Black Forces.
People, I feel like it's a mixed opinion. Some people hate them. Some people kind of fucks with them.
I like them. I mean, I like them for what they are.
I like them too, but I feel like
I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like
it just matches it's always with a certain fit. So that's like the issue. Like people be wearing it like the wrong way. Yeah. But like
if you're wearing all black, if you had a shiesty on, you'd look great.
Yeah. Remember when we dropped there was like an OpTic shiesty.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. I need bro.
Yeah. The pics
what were
we
doing? That was like the last winter.
It was a collab with it was because we were doing the winter trip. And so we dropped like a bunch of heavy winter stuff, like heavy coats, shiesties.
Yeah.
Shiesty's crazy.
That's so fucking funny.
The shiesties sold out. Dude, the weird things, because we only ordered like a couple of them, they sell out so fast. Yeah. The shiesties were gone. The TST clocks for OpTic Day, there was like 50 of them. They were gone immediately.
Wait, was it what just passed? OpTic Day?
Yeah, OpTic Day clocks.
I didn't. TSC one? Yeah, I didn't get one.
Oh, no. Like I was saying, bro, I drove 22 hours, 16 straight, first of all. So I'm already delusional. And on the way here, like my girlfriend's checking the Next Door app, which is like an app that like everybody in the neighborhood just like goes on. It's kind of like Twitter for the neighborhood.
Okay.
And like people give away free stuff on there, or they just talk about stuff. And like on the way here, I'm pretty sure my girlfriend's like, babe, like our next door neighbor, like the person next to me got robbed, like they're pulling into like their driveway, and the people pull up right behind them and like rob them. Apparently they like went to the bank right before that. And like they followed them to that. I've
seen a video of that.
Yeah, they had a video. It's showing the video.
Like person just came from bank, like pulls in. I think they were in like a BMW, just like pull into their driveway. The car comes right behind them, and the dude like saw them trying to get out, and he just he backed into his driveway, and then they blocked him off, and then he knew what was going on immediately and just fucking gunned it.
He gunned it? Oh, okay.
Like, bro, I can't.
These people were slow. They were just like so oblivious to what was going on. Me, I feel like I'm always checking my surroundings. I feel like I don't really like the person to see.
I've been waiting for a motherfucker to try to rob me.
I've been waiting for dude, this is not like I've been waiting.
Run up on me.
You're doing ballet.
I think this was it. This is probably like exactly what happened to your neighbor.
Hell no,
this might be my neighbor.
Imagine. I wouldn't be. Or no, Texas.
They all got guns.
You said this was when you were in LA?
This might be my neighbor. No, this is here. Like when what this happened here. So this actually might be my neighbor.
Bro, like imagine how scary that would be.
Oh no. Oh
like,
yeah, he just guns
3
it off.
people hop out with guns?
Gone.
It's not even like they just like run up on you. They all 3 have guns in their hand.
Well, like now they know where you live.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, oh, die.
But I feel like I don't know. I don't know the mind of a criminal, but I feel like they gotta like give up after that. Like that, or do they spin the block and come back for you
in Frisco,
or do they just give up because it's like, okay,
Yeah.
that spot's hot, let's stop going there.
I couldn't tell you.
No,
I couldn't tell you.
Damn, I thought you were talking about in LA this whole time.
Okay, the LA was like the people hopping in my backyard.
But
like
the homeless.
Yeah, the people getting robbed were here.
That sounds so LA.
Sounds so
it does.
LA.
But it was just like so mind blowing because I was like tweaking. Like I don't know what's going on.
How long did you live in LA for?
3 years total, but 2 for LAT and then 1 for LGLA.
Was it like LA?
No, I was in like, it was like the what is it called? Jesus, I can't even think of the name right now. Well, the neighborhood that I lived in for LAT was like the neighborhood that like the Lakers and stuff used to live in back in the day. So it was like I was in a more, I guess, expensive area, but like the neighborhood was like right next to Jesus, I can't think of the names of the neighborhoods, but it was like some ghetto neighborhood.
Do you like LA? Because I only say that. I remember when was Halo? I think it was like the first Halo 2 anniversary. I think that was like 2015. There was like an LA event. I remember, I mean, I was cracked out on Addy. I was drinking. So I just felt good. And that seems to come up every podcast, but I think that's just because it was a part of my everyday life for so long. I was cracked out and I was in LA and I was just like, fuck, I felt so cool. I was like, damn, I'm like, I forget how old I was, like 21, 22. I'm just on the street. It's like me and APG probably smoking a cigarette or something. And you just feel so cool. But then as you get older, you're like, this place is fucking dog shit.
I'm not gonna lie, to live there, like if you're not, I mean, when I lived there, I wasn't really doing, I mean, I was going to parties and stuff like that, but I liked it. It's just expensive. Yeah. Like the everyday living, just like the weather and everything is like dope. But I'm also playing video games. I'm not really living there to do anything else.
Yeah. That's a whole, it just seems so stressful and like anxiety driven. It's like everyone in LA is so like, that's what it is like that party.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go to LA,
I think of FaZe Banks.
Yeah, if
when
you're
I
gonna
think
go to
LA,
you gotta go to LA.
Yeah. Like the Hollywood, then like WeHo, like West Hollywood, like those.
God,
that's like the party area.
Like Alexis moved up to Irvine for 8 months.
Where's that at?
I don't know.
Just somewhere in Cali?
Somewhere in Cali, yeah. It's like right outside LA. But that's where like a lot of like of the people in the beauty industry like moved. And she was like, she was like, I like that I did it because she went up by herself and just like moved there. But you gotta like Irvine, so south.
Yeah,
over by like Santa Monica,
like Huntington Beach. Oh, so it's like Santa,
But she was like people that go to LA just because it's so expensive, like you got to go and you got to be willing to just like do everything.
Yeah.
Like if somebody says, "Do you want to?"
That's
you
one
have
thing
to,
I'm not good at.
You have to say yes.
Sam.
And she's not good at that either. So she was like, I just moved back. But she was like, I like the experience, but her friends that went like said yes to everything. And then it's time to wake up.
Do you mean like meeting up with this person, brunch on
like
Tuesday,
what
party that night,
but you gotta
next
go
morning,
meet with Mac at 8 a.m. because they want to go to brunch, and then after that you got
the FaZe party that night,
and then there's a fucking a party over here. You got to say yes to everything because like then you network yourself into a place where you're Banks.
But I do think that's the best way to live in LA is to move outside of LA and then go in.
And go in,
you have to.
I don't know why I just have such a, and it's always like when I talk about LA to like Paige and her family or something, like they're like, what? Like what? We love it here.
Well, they're also bred that, dude.
Also they're a different type of.
No, Paige
person.
Paige was made in a lab. She was not born. She was
like
created
they work
in
differently,
a lab.
they talk differently.
All of the reads, all of them, the way they talk, it's just like, dude, I don't even know if they're human.
Even when I would like
They don't
visit,
stop.
I would visit for whatever reason, or maybe there'd be like an event in LA. We'd like go hang out with Paige, her brother, her sisters, whatever, and it'd be like 11 a.m. We go get sushi. We have some White Claws. We go back. We sit around like a picnic table, have more White Claws, enjoy the sun. It's like that's just like a
they're on perma vacation.
Yeah,
and they're always on
it
the phone.
seems like
Hold
it.
on, I gotta take this call. You're always with like 3 reads.
Always,
one of them's on the call.
One's FaceTiming.
One of them is FaceTiming Selena Gomez in the corner, and you're just like, okay,
that is nuts.
Well, Kenny, thanks for joining us, man.
No problem.
Happy belated by the way. Was that yesterday or the day before?
What's today?
Today, I don't know.
Today's the 4th.
I actually have
so it was
no
2 days
fucking
ago.
idea.
Yeah, on the second.
Wait, how would you turn?
25. Quarter.
25, same brother,
25,
same.
yeah.
God, man.
He's
I feel
the old
old.
one.
I feel older than 25. To be fair.
Do you feel?
Yeah, we talked about it around the bar. He's like the unk of the team.
Yeah, I'm the unk.
Oh.
Even though I'm not
Are
the
you-
oldest, but I'm the unk somehow.
Wait, who is the oldest?
Brandon.
That's insane. What the fuck?
That's what everybody says.
That's actually insane. Because when I look at your team, I do kind of see you as just like the most mature.
Yeah.
So you would think like oldest, but when I look at Brandon and Shotzzy, it's like they're 18, 19,
still young
20,
kids.
21.
They're not anymore.
God, dude, that's insane.
It is.
And how long have you been competing? Maybe that's,
So
I
I
feel
think
like
that's what it
people
is.
feel old. If
Yeah.
they started young,
I started
Especially,
at
like,
like 15. So I started at 15 in AW. Well, I've been playing since like MW3. To be fair, I've been playing GB since MW3. So like, what is that? 2011?
Yeah, 2011.
Yeah.
Or
So
like
I've been playing for a minute.
13.
Yeah, but
12.
competing 15, and then after that, I went to Halo. I competed in Halo for a few years, and then
Which
came
I want to
back.
talk about.
You wanna talk
Which
about-
is insane.
Yeah, H5. I went to 3 events. I think I went to St. Louis, Vegas, and one or something like that, or Vegas, some other two events. I think DC maybe or something. I don't remember, but I was placing top 12.
So before you,
Were you playing the top 12?
I think in Halo 5. Well, I competed in Halo 5 in 2015 to 2016.
Yeah,
It's weird how long the Halo cycles
But
go.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm
I was
saying.
placing shit, so that's why.
Because like
That's about when my career.
you could
continued.
you could be like, yeah, I was a Halo 3 pro. And like I'd be like, oh, so you played these people? And like, oh no, that was 2 years before me playing Halo 3.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, it's so different from COD. COD, it's like you remember who played what game? Because
Yeah,
some
in
people just
Halo,
come
it's
and go.
once every 5 fucking years.
bro, being like the MVP of a Halo game to me is like insane. That's how I see it, me personally. Because I'm just like, you were just like got like for the whole.
For
Is
the
that how it
duration.
works, or is it just one season? Are you MVP?
I
of
think
the
it's
season?
just one season.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they do. That would be
lit.
insane.
That would
You're
be
the
lit.
I was
MVP
MVP of the whole-
Halo.
You could
3,
probably go
Halo.
through.
See,
like,
that's what I thought.
Who was
thought,
who was the best player in the game in Halo 4? Like who was
I don't know. if
was there
anyone-
one?
Formal, maybe.
That's so
Formal?
crazy.
I think there was like
Didn't
who was
Matt, like,
winning.
never
it?
play
Because
that
there's
game?
I
like
don't
their
even
split
remember
off.
who
Like
was winning.
I think Ant at the end of H5 was like the
Yeah.
best, but then like
Yeah.
I feel like for the first half it's
Man,
Frosty.
Frosty was insane for the
Yeah.
first 3 years, and then Ant comes in and is
Somehow,
unbelievable.
Yeah, there's
That's
always like
insane.
that one person that kind of like just makes the game look different.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? And when Frosty came in, the motherfucker's beginning strat. What was the map? It might
Was
have been
it
like Coliseum,
yeah,
or
Coliseum?
some- where there's a sniper.
Talking about the slot, like the boost slot
He
snipe.
would, their beginning strat. Like
Yeah.
everyone fights for the sniper in the beginning.
He just runs.
He
to
just
it.
He
runs
runs, slides to it, and hopes to get the no scope.
yeah.
And he would fucking do that. So it's like you. First
one
off, I
on-
knew that
dude.
guy was special when I lost to him when he was teaming with the Sutta twins.
Wait, have you ever been reality
Everyone's like,
checked?
"Wait, what'd you get top 12?" I'm like, "Yeah, we lost to
Okay,
Frosty."
No.
I always ask every person with Halo knowledge. So I
Nah.
ask if they get reality checked. Because where's our reality check jersey?
Oh no, I think they were done by the time.
Yeah, I was about to
Kenny
say.
was playing.
I played them in ranked, but
I was gonna
never
say
like
like
that.
you know of them.
Yeah, I've played them.
Okay. Wait, what was
Man.
I saying about the Sud twin? Oh, yeah, fucking before Frosty was even like known. He was teaming with the Sutta twins, and I played them at the event before This was in Halo 2 Anniversary, the event before finals. And we got top 12. And there's like pictures. I think there's like a famous APG picture where we lose and he's just like
Wait, that picture's from that?
I don't know if it is from that, but it would make sense if it would.
I've
Wait,
seen
how
that
did Halo 2 Anniversary work? When did that come out?
Halo 2 Anniversary came out after Halo 4. I think it started in 2015.
So was this like a remake of
and
Halo
then
2?
there was just like 1 or 2 seasons of it. Yeah, it's literally just like a remake of Halo 2. Like the exact same shit.
Yeah.
But just
That's
a little different, a little upgraded. But yeah, Frosty, I mean, I had no idea who Frosty fucking was. So when we lost to them, I think like 50-49 game 5. Just the worst way to lose to the fucking Suds. And then so like when people asked, I was like, yeah, no, I lost to Frosty. Like that's what I knew, man. But little do they know he was teaming with the fucking Sud twins and carried them. But
Jesus.
Yeah, and then he starts off Halo 5. Everyone's like, all right, this guy's next level. Then
So was he
Shotzzy comes.
How did he get picked? How did he get picked up on the team he was on?
I don't even remember.
Because it was like
EG?
the Brandon, like the dash. Because how Brandon got picked up on OpTic. It went from World War II. He was teaming with Doug. They were getting like top 8, top 12.
Yeah, it's
And
funny
then he
how
just gets picked up on OpTic.
That's how. Yeah, I think that's how it was.
Had to be how.
Sometimes you can just tell. I think people could just
TJ
tell, like, this guy's fucking.
Yeah, TJ, PJ, Matt, they drop
Ogre 2.
Ogre 2 and pick up Frosty.
Really?
And then Frosty, because I think
Which
Frosty
is insane. Because I don't even think Frosty had, like, accolades
like
or, like,
Brandon.
credentials at that point. It was just, like,
Same thing
he
that-
got top 8 once with Reality Check, but motherfuckers knew this guy was disgusting.
I can't remember if anything else happened prior to that, but I remember Aaron Create and Frosty went to the same high school.
Yeah.
They've been friends since they were kids.
Yeah.
So I remember Aaron telling me, "Yo, like Tuger just got dropped, and the kid they're picking up is unbelievable." And I was like, "What?" It's like they can't get better.
Well, they went from like a top 2 to just first place. Once they picked up him, it was just first place. So your Halo 5 career, were you? So you competed in COD first?
Yeah. So
like going to events?
Yeah. So at AW, I competed. I went to 3 events. I think I went to Dallas, which was my first ever event. I got top 12, and then I went to DC.
Wait, what year was this?
It's 2015. Yeah, 2015
Okay.
or 2016.
Yeah.
Maybe 2016. Maybe
that would make sense.
Yeah, somewhere in there. I went to 2 events, and I went to my last event, which was World, and I got top 6. And then that's kind of like when I like kind of blew up, and then that's when like the 18+ rule came out, and then Black Ops 3 came out, and I played Black Ops 3 for 1 month, and then that's when Kyler switched to Halo. I'm like, this game kind of looks godlike. And then me and Donnie tried to switch, but Donnie wasn't committed. Yeah, we were scrimming, and Donnie wasn't really committed. He didn't really care to play Halo 5, but I was committed, so I was grinding it. But then I was playing with like Rob the Turtle.
Oh my!
Yeah. I was playing with like Rob the Turtle.
I fuck with Rob, but he's just like,
why'd you say it like that? Yo, I would never have said
There's
that.
other shit in the world to do.
Rob, I never would have
motherfucker's
said
been
that.
around so long. And it's like, if you're just not placing like top 6 in Halo, it's I just wonder how people even play the fucking game.
That's true.
But
honestly, I think my last team would have been pretty decent. I was getting like top, but then I started scrimming with like me, Rammy, I can't remember those 2. It was
so
like
crazy.
me, Rammy,
know.
like what's this guy's name? Nemesis? Is that his name?
Nemesis, yeah.
And
I think
somebody
there was
else. I think there's like those 2, and then somebody else. They were like pretty decent. It was like probably my
they're
best
solid.
Halo team for what I was, but I was getting top 12. I teamed with me, Bocce Hawk, Musa, and Rob the Turtle, I think, was my team when I got top 12 at like Vegas.
Do you feel like
We actually lost to APG. We lost to
really?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you had potential in Halo?
I actually think I was pretty good. I think I was getting way better. I think my issue as a COD kid was always just like ego challenge. So like I was always like any 1v1 I'm taking.
Did you play Halos before that?
No, that was my like. And
Oh,
I played like
kind of crazy.
play like casual, like Halo 3. Everybody play Halo 3, but
Yeah.
Halo 5 was like my first time like actually grinding. And I actually got like rank 1 for like one of the like the season, like the ranked seasons. Like I was grinding. I think I actually could have been pretty good. My issue was just like ego challenge, to be honest, not playing my life, which is also an issue.
It's
in
the
COD.
only Halo game you could ego challenge.
Yeah.
Halo 5.
I got him.
Did you-
fucking pistols, dude?
Did you hate the way the game felt? Because Halo 5,
Here we
No.
fucking go.
You like-
dude.
you like
I
it?
rate, bro. Halo 5 was like one of my favorite games.
Here
I
we
don't get it.
Here we fucking
I don't
go, dude.
understand.
It's not.
I think it was because I came from AW to Halo 5, so it was like too simple. It was like the Halo version of AW.
My thing is, do you ever head case about like dead zones and input delay?
I thought that was weird when I first came to Halo. Like everybody was like messing with their dead zones. Like there was half senses in that game. Everybody was like, "Oh my god!" And there was like the ogre twitch and everything. I'm just like, bro, people on this game on Halo are crazy.
And that was on console too.
Well, I just felt like when I get on any Call of Duty, probably that's ever been made, they always just feel smooth. It feels like normal how a game just. Not even the game flows well. It's just it just doesn't feel like there's input delay. It just feels like a good game. And then when Halo 5 came out, I just felt like the aim was so heavy. I would always say it just feels like a fucking elephant just on my pistol. And it's like I'm like swaying it. And it, like,
do you usually play like a slower
bitching about it,
or you play like faster?
I would play like just the average, like four
I feel like probably
four
be
and a half,
different.
5 or some shit.
It probably was different for you because you grinded Halo. For me, that was my first, so I'm just like, this looks fun. And then we're also,
It's also on hardcore drugs and
that's
staying
the
up
problem.
for
I was
30 hours a day.
I would overthink
straight
everything.
So he was
Sugar
just
Rush.
straight
But
sugar.
yeah, I'm a little kid, just straight Sugar Rush. But I also I like pistol starts. I think the pistol H5 was got like, that was just me.
Can't stand
I mean, that was
Really?
I can't. I
it
like
was satisfying.
I like
It was
how
super
it
satisfying.
played, but I wish it wasn't a pistol.
Oh, okay.
I feel like when you think Halo, you think
battle
like
rifle.
casual people think the assault rifle or the like needler.
I don't even think I think casuals. I think when you think Halo, you think battle rifle.
I think you might be right.
But
I bet
that's
you it's
also
close.
the bubble that I live in.
Yeah, I bet you it's close because when I know a bunch of people that played Halo, like obviously like the campaigns and stuff, and they love the assault rifle.
See, that's where I was confused. I love the assault rifle too, because when I came to Halo, like the meta was assault rifle for a minute, and people were just like spamming the assault rifle, and like
oh, yeah,
people hated it. But
That's
I'm
the
like,
season I had to play, and I hate. There was also when I played, there was like radar.
yeah, that's same.
Like,
same.
God,
There was
I
radar?
hated it
Yeah,
so,
there was radar.
so you
So then
didn't know
your
whether
AR,
to
you're
crouch,
just-
rush a person,
bro.
use your pistol, use your AR.
People just run at you ARs, and that's what I'm like. Oh, this is COD. Like this feels good.
This
But
is
all
COD.
the Halo people are like, get this out. I'm like, what? Like this feels amazing.
Were you just waiting for? So you basically just played Halo till you turned 18.
Yeah, that was like.
And then
the
you're
plan.
like, all right, back to the game. I know I'm.
So what happened was
dominate
I
that.
actually did not plan to come back to COD for like I was in college still playing Halo, and I went to college on like a full ride. So I'm in college for I was going on a full ride, like a full scholarship.
You don't hear that around here.
Yeah, I was there for biochemistry, which is kind of crazy.
I
Cause
failed bio twice.
Really, I used to chemistry was like my favorite, but then I got hit up by like Lamar. And Lamar's like, "Yo, you playing COD next year? Like, we might be down to pick you up." And I'm like, "It was me or somebody else. I can't remember who else." But at that time, I was like, "I'm down." And my job at the time wasn't paying anything, and they were like, "We'll give you $1,000 a month." I'm like, "Bet." And then we won the first 2 events, and I left college.
Well, that wasn't CDL yet, was it?
Literally. Yeah, no, it was CWO.
CWO.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy because I didn't play COD for like a year or two, or a year and a half or two, and then I came back, won my first event. So at that point, I thought I was like the best like ever. I was like, I am insane. I literally did.
Is that World
Okay,
War II?
yeah. So BO3, I played the first month. I won a few GB tournaments, and then there was like a possibility of like a young gun team making it to play, but then that got chalked. And then IW, I didn't even buy the game. I've never played a single like minute of IW.
Really?
I haven't seen a map. I've seen the maps a little bit.
Is that Formal's
I haven't
best
played
game?
a gun,
Yeah.
like nothing. So like IW years chalked. I don't know a single thing about IW.
We won champs.
That was lit.
Yeah, okay.
That was. I've seen that. I've seen that series, but I barely watched. Honestly, I was like committed to Halo, like actually committed.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then you going from Black Ops 3 and then you buy World War II and you're just insane.
I'm
I
just
get
insane.
lost at the order of
I wonder,
these fucking games.
dude.
It's
I was
so
telling
much.
Alexis. Alexis was like, "What?" She asked me what year something happened, and I was like, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 4.
Dude,
I think in
can't.
COD years. All I don't think in
same.
years. I think in COD
Like even when I
years.
hear he's like, yeah, no, I didn't touch IW. Then you're like, yeah, World War II, and I'm like, I have no
Dude,
idea.
it's insane.
Like,
It's
what
so
fucking
weird.
Years are
It
these?
is so weird. I'm like that in real life. Like my
same.
like calendar year starts in like November because that's when COD releases, and then it goes till the next November.
So you quit fucking Halo. Come back to what game? What Call of Duty was it?
So World War II.
World War II. You come back and you win the first event.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was the best player in World War II.
Yeah. And
like first event,
like
every,
first
you guys,
you're like, I'm the best.
Any pro, they'll say he's the best player.
Just in that game, even through the whole season.
Yeah. It was either me or Gunless, but I mean, it was kind of like it set up perfectly because me and him played each other first round at champs, and we ran their shit, smoked them, and they got like top 12 or it was like crazy.
Don't ask him anything else about that.
Wait, so what were you? Why?
Just that was a bad tournament in COD.
OpTic needed to like win one map. They just needed to win one map to make it to like the bracket.
To beat Aches.
Yeah.
And then Aches ends up 3-0ing OpTic and then wins champs.
I see where Aches comes from sometimes.
Yeah. And I got second to him. So he's talking. I can't even respond to him because I'm just like, I got second to this guy somehow. I'm the best player, but I lost to him at champs.
When you when you stopped playing COD, when you were too young, where were you placing then, or where'd you kind of see you're like a top 6?
Top 6. So I think at Worlds I was actually one of the best players, respectfully. I think the stats show it. Like I was at least top 10 at the event, which is pretty good for upcoming. But I've also never had that like grind through the amateur bracket type like come up. I was instantly on like a decently good team. I was on Justice, which was like they already placed in like top 8, maybe top 12, and then we got top 6, which was a pretty good placing. And honestly, the team we lost to, we probably should have beat, which was Envy. But at that time, I was like, oh, I went pro, good stuff. And then we didn't really find out that it was 18 plus until after the event. So going into BO3, I'm like, oh, I'm about to join a better team. I'm about to be like, I actually was supposed to join Envy for Worlds. But they picked up Goonjar instead of me. Until this day, I'll never, like, Looney and Cav were just like, we should pick you up. But I'm just like, yeah, I was supposed to join that team, and then they picked up Goonjar and Jared instead of me. But yeah, I mean, I was placing top 6. So like at that time, I was like, oh, I'm a pro player. I can call myself a professional. Because at the time, you had to place top 8 to be considered pro.
Yeah, I remember back then, or for Halos, like if you just placed top 16, you're considered pro.
Top 16?
I don't know. Yeah.
How many teams were there?
That's what I'm saying. And COD, you had to place top 8.
A lot of teams. I mean, at one point there was, you show up to the first event in Halo 3, I think there's like 250 teams.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's like if you get top 16, you're considered pro.
Okay.
Top 20, I think top 32
was amateur,
was semi-pro. Like I remember I was saying, yeah, I'm a semi-pro Halo 2 player.
I do remember those. I remember semi-pro, and I remember like saying like, yeah, I'm sponsored.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good fucking feeling to be able to sponsor.
I'm sponsored. You're in Xbox game chat like, don't fuck with me, I'm sponsored.
That was
like, who is sponsoring you?
To be able to tell someone that you're pro. So somehow come back from Halo, win your first event. How many did you win other events that season?
Yeah, so I won 3.
Were you just dominating?
So we won the first 2 events, and then we went mid for like two events. And then we won another event, like the last event before champs, and then going into champs, we were like the favorites, and then got second.
Was that your favorite year?
No.
Of competing?
Fuck that game.
That game is horrible. Do you like that game?
No. Okay.
You can't say no. You can't say no. Wait. You gotta say
there's two spectrums of it. Like there's like it's a good COD game, like a good competitive COD. Like how the game plays, like the competitive side spawns, the maps aren't. But like competitively, it was a good game. Now fun wise, no.
You would just never hop on, shoot or play pubs.
No,
I don't even know if there were bots.
But like
then.
Playing the game on stage was cool. But I'm getting on every day just like dope. I'm like, this game looks so like black and white.
Yeah.
One of my favorite years was probably BO4. The game after that, World War II was Black Ops 4. And that's when I joined.
So you hyped for this year?
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. So like my 100T, my first year on 100T was like one of my favorites.
You've won Worlds twice?
Yeah. I got second twice.
You won twice and got second twice?
He got 4.
Fuck.
He could have 4 right now.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about that?
Yes.
Like,
especially because
all the time.
Bro, I lost to Pat, and that was the one year I was like super favored. And then the next year, I went back-to-back seconds. So I went from World War II to BO4, and I got second in both games back-to-back. And the second time I lost to E United, which was like Simp's first year, Simp at a BZ. And like they were the favorites for the event, but we were like like neck and neck with them. But World War II, we were the best by far.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the current setup room.
Give me that. What? Who in the? What happened, player? I overdrafted. Bro, literally no cap. You have CashApp overdraft coverage. Don't even sweat it. So you're saying when you direct deposit your paycheck on CashApp, you can get a little extra protection up to $50 in overdraft coverage. Damn, that's money. That's CashApp.
Yeah.
That shit's funny.
I remember I was just totally a casual. I knew of your name, but I didn't know anything about who's considered good, who's.
Yeah.
And I remember every time we played you, and this might have been more recently, like 2021, 2022 or something, but every time it was like OpTic versus 100 Thieves, or anytime I saw OpTic versus Kenny, I was like, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was, and I didn't know anything about you. Never met you before, but it was just I felt like every time I saw that matchup, and I could be wrong. Like, I don't know if you truly did beat them all the time.
Yeah, it was, I know for a fact, if I'm looking back at the records, like BO4, we were 5-1 against them. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember the other ones, but yeah, it was always like that. People thought I'd just like pull up on the stage like I'm playing OpTic. I gotta beat them.
Even in Vanguard,
I felt we had a mental block against you,
dude. In Vanguard, y'all started like atrocious.
Yeah, we did.
They started like 0-15.
Yeah, it was really.
It wasn't that bad, but then they play us and shit on us, and I'm like, dude, Kenny only spawns in.
Yeah. But to be fair, if I was to be honest about why, it's like a play style thing. Like the way my teams played always counter how OpTic played, respectfully. Like that's just like how it was, and it wasn't like I'm showing up on the stage. I mean, when you have the fans booing you, you definitely have like a different type of like want to like win.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I can imagine.
It wasn't like I was pulled up on the stage like I'm playing OpTic. I have to win.
Oh, but it was even online matches. It was
that's what I'm saying. It just what happened. Like my play style just kind of played out perfectly.
Yeah, look at that year.
Yeah.
7th through 8th, 5th through 6th, 3rd, and then just like you guys are like, oh
we
shit,
just won
they're
back-to-back
figuring it out.
events.
Oh shit.
And then like those last 2 months, like I was probably like the best player by far. And Vanguard, like bro, last 2 months, I don't think anybody was like touching me. That was probably like because people say World War II peak, but in terms of my peak, like individually, I think these 2 years, like Cold War and Vanguard, I was I think I was underrated. I was so good at that game, but Vanguard last 2 months, I was the best player by far. Like there was nobody touching me. Like that was fun.
Yeah.
But Cold War, I'm playing with a new roster every event.
When you say
you really are. Holy shit.
Yeah.
When you talk about like play styles, do you think? Because I kind of look at you on our team now, like you're the brains.
Yeah.
Because you got to think of our other 3 players.
It kind of
Shotzzy,
is like that.
Pred, and Dashy.
To be fair, I think Ant.
I'm like, someone's got to be there to run that fucking show.
I think Ant gets underrated when it comes to like brains.
I do too, actually.
He understands the COD to like the highest degree, and that's why I think me and him work well.
It's
like,
just when he'll say some dumb shit on stream, and then I think half the time it's trolling. Sometimes he just doesn't fucking know, but it's never really COD related. It'll be like some in real life shit that he'll say something dumb about. You just like kind of write him off as
dude. I dead ass don't think he knew where Canada was.
No, he doesn't.
See, was that one of the things?
No, he doesn't.
He didn't know. He asked like with such like sincerity. Like Canada? What? Where's that? And I was like, where's Canada?
That was one of the reasons I was excited to play with him, though, because I'm like, playing against him, you're like, bro, this guy's an idiot. Like, he has no clue what he's doing. So I'm like, let me see how he like actually thinks, like but like he thinks like similar to me. Yeah. And like for our team, like I think that's what changed from like my World War II year, so the year I was the best player, to my BO4. I like became more of like a gap filling player. So I'm just kind of like filling in where my teammates don't. And whereas like World War II, I was given the green light, do whatever the fuck you want. You don't do any wrong. Like that's kind of how that team was like made around me. It was like Kenny can just do whatever. He can make up whatever play he wants. But nowadays I'm like, what is Ant? What is AG? What is Brandon doing? Like I'll just fill in the hole.
Do you think there's a certain play style that you try to get the team to be?
Yeah.
Like like aggressive? Do you just try to? I mean, at the end of the day, everyone just tries to make the best decision no matter what the situation is.
But I think that's like how. But I don't think it's like that for every team. I feel like for my team, I've always looked at it as like no matter what gun you have, you do it. Like you do the play. No matter if it's like it requires you to do a long range gunfight, you might have to play it a little differently. Yeah. But you have to do this because then it makes
this play needs to be done.
Exactly.
I don't care if you're running an AR or a sub. Like, this is the right play to do. We need to just do
that. Makes the game flow so well because it makes it easier to like read the minimap and like know what to pick up. And when you get that down, like you just look dominant. I think that's like the best play style. But the thing is, like people have so many different play styles from different teams that like when you put like our team this year, we had like ups and downs because like. We probably just had like a little clashing on how we wanted to play the game, which is fine. It always happens because everybody, like I said, OpTic played differently. AG came from Seattle. They played differently. I came from LAT. We all played differently. But I think once you get it down to the point where like everybody understands it's easy to play this way, it's the best way.
What about when you used to play OpTic and run their shit?
Yeah.
What about OpTic's play style? What did you think they did wrong?
So me, I mean, I've always said
like,
that
these guys are slow as fuck.
No, they were kind of slow, but they also just played too many kills. Like it required them. So like I think they made it hard on themselves. Like they made themselves like need to get so many kills to win.
Yeah.
Whereas like mine is like we should all go evenly 20 kills and
we could get outslayed and we can still win this shit.
But like OpTic was like always that. Like in MW2 when we played them, it was like Shotzzy, Hook, Brandon, like they would just bang the hill, which is really good.
Yeah.
But it's like if you're losing your gunfights, like on land, you lose. And it's like it could be a bad tendency because if you don't have a slow down button, like a stop button, you can just let the game get out of control. And I think like even MW2, we weren't the best team. We were probably like maybe top 6, but we would always be OpTic just because of the fact that like they kind of just like don't stop going. And if they're not getting kills or winning the gunfights they're supposed to be, then it's like it looks bad.
God, I hated that game, dude.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna ask this, and then I have to go piss. I'm about to piss. I even pissed before this, just so this doesn't happen. But I'm about to piss myself again. When you joined Dashy, Fred, Shotzzy, do you think there was a role you took on?
I think going into it was
like who's the guy that's like texting, "Yo, everyone joined it this time. Yo, after this series, let's go over this." Are you? I feel like you would kind of be running that.
Nah. So when it comes to like setting up stuff like that, it's more AG, which is kind of maybe mind blowing to some people, but
a little bit.
Yeah. But I think like in terms
that's literally who I wouldn't like. I would think like Dashy. He wants this shit bad. Like maybe he stepped it up. Like
I was thinking JP or like Damon.
Well, the coaches do what the coaches do.
Yeah.
But
it's like when we got last at Major 4, AG was like, "Yo, we should have like a call together and kind of just like basically." Tell each other what like we don't like about what they do, like you do, or what we do like about each other, stuff like that. But me, I'm just always talking regardless. So like when the map ends, instantly I'm yapping, I'm bitching, I'm just like, yo, what we do here, blah 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 blah. So like I'm probably the main vocalist of the team, but I don't like to set stuff up like that. Like when it comes to like outside the room, the like scrim room, I don't really do stuff like that. I'll rather do it on my own. But like in the room, I want everybody, and that was like our main thing after Major 4 going into champs. Is like everybody in the room and the practice room need to speak up.
Yeah,
and like that's just me.
And I feel like a lot of times on teams, it'll be like they might lose a tough series, and then it's just like they're sad, depressed, and then you just kind of go home.
No,
but I feel like with your team.
I can't do that.
With your team, like no, you're not leaving this fucking room.
We're
talking about what the fuck just happened.
This year I had a lot of like hate about that because I think people like to see it when you're doing good, like oh Kitten's on ass, then we're doing good. But it's like when it's bad, like when we're doing bad and I'm like doing the
and like
being the bad
processes
guy.
and shit,
and like
it shows you like kind of not coming at their neck, but you're doing what you should fucking do.
But I'm not doing.
This is how you get better.
I won't do it for the camera. That's the thing. I'm like, I'm gonna be me regardless if the camera's on or off. So like, that's me. Not at all times because when we're playing good, I don't have to say much. But when we're playing bad, like people need to like hear and like I want to hear it. Like people say it to me. Like that was the thing. Like I feel like Major 4 was probably my worst split of the year, and like. My teammates didn't really say anything about me gameplay wise, and I'm like, brother, I'm getting slammed. Can we like? There's no way I'm playing perfect. I'm getting shit on. People are like, our team is like, you're like, you kind of just like you're like, we can tell you're losing full during our maps. Like, we need you to keep your energy up. Like, your energy contagious. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But I'm like, I just went double neg. Like, you know what I mean? And it's
like you got to be seeing something.
Exactly. You got to be seeing something I'm doing wrong. Like, not just my energy. And granted, I've always been told my energy is contagious.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm hype or happy, we win. So that's why the smile. As well.
All right, well, let me piss real quick. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
So you just won Worlds.
Lit.
What have you been doing since?
So we won. We obviously went to EWC. And then
Fuck that event.
Yeah.
Fuck that online single elim event.
We went to COD. I went to COD next. That was pretty cool. My first year. I've been just in the gym. Literally, I've been working out and running as much as possible.
Yeah.
Just because I'm going to Japan at the end of this month, and I want to be like, because like last time I went to Japan, I was like not conditioned for it. It's a lot of walking,
really?
And I was just like,
wait, are you really looking at it like that?
I'm not working out for Japan. I'm just saying, like, I'm just working out, and I'm just like, I don't want to be there like out of breath. Like, I don't know. And I also like, obviously you want to be fit, but that was one thing that in Vanguard, when I became like really good, like at the end of the game, I was working out a lot. And for some reason, when I work out, I play so much better. So like going into champs this year, I was working out a lot.
I feel like that's been the opposite for a lot of people.
Players. Like Seth was that way, I'm pretty sure. Like the fit Seth.
And I even felt like that with me.
Fit Seth was bad.
Yeah.
I mean, you just look at the players, no one's fit besides Doug Sensor Martin. And then you're like, but that's Doug Sensor Martin. So it's like there's no good example of like someone being fit.
That's actually crazy. That's literally me.
And it like helping their gameplay.
I'm telling you, the gym, like it was like night and day. People like, and it obviously wasn't exactly that, but like when I was in the gym going hard every day at the scrims, I was just coming back next day. God, like I'm just like, I don't know what about it is like working for me, but it works. And then like once again,
do you think about like the scrims and shit while you're in the gym?
The fact, like my mind works like Doctor Strange. I swear. Like when it comes to like COD, bro. Because like anybody will tell you that's worked for me, like I have the best like memory when it comes to COD. I can remember a map from like last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, like, and I can tell you exactly how the map like played out, or like whose arrow went where, and like even if I'm not in the play across the map, I can tell you what happened across the map, like just like this.
That's like APG.
Yeah, so it's just COD is like drilled in me. So even at the gym, I'm just like thinking like I was going to the gym before champs, and I'm just thinking about all the plays or all the gunfights I can get into the next day, and I'm just wired in. Like if I get into this 1v1 S&D, I need to play it this way.
How often do 1v1s or certain gunfights in certain spots happen during events, like during like whether it's champs or a major, that don't happen in practice?
A lot of the time. That's why I call like a lot. Well, the thing is like the way teams practice is so fake, and this whole year like people are on my ass because I'm calling it fake COD. I'm like, practice is literally fake COD because teams like don't play for the win in practice. They barely play for the win in the matches, but they at least do certain things so where like I feel like in matches they're easily readable. Like the plays they're making are like the right plays, so now they're more readable. And I think like for me that loves COD to be played a certain way. Like if you go rewatch my first map versus New York and Grand Finals, like that was like me reading every single thing perfectly. And when I'm in that flow, like I just look unstoppable because like everything is playing out exactly how like I'm imagining it. Oh, there can be a guy here. Oh, there's a guy. Boom, kill.
Yeah.
It's like when stuff like that happens, like there is no better feeling, especially for a player like me that thinks about COD at like I guess a higher level, because I look at it as like there is fundamentals on how to play COD correctly.
Right.
There's a correct way to play.
That gunfight where on Invasion is, I think it's right before you guys win, or maybe it's like I don't know, maybe it's the S&D, but Ant's like one shot outside of Blockbuster and he's laying down and he's looking in, or he's just staying alive, and then you hear AG go DVDs, yeah, like that fight's not happening. No, in scrims.
Bro, you would never run into that situation ever in scrims. First of all, S&D, that's the fakest thing. That you'll never get in those situations. And like, thing about Ant though is like his on the fly like decision making is so crazy that like what he does in practice is like what he does in matches. So it's like he might fly off some dolphin dive or something, and you might kill him in the scrim and be like, what is this guy doing? But he'll actually do stuff like that.
Have you ever said anything to him about overheating?
I mean, that was like one of the biggest things this year. Well, not the biggest thing, but like one of my things about him was like when you used to play against him, would you notice him? Like, why the fuck he just do that? So like there was a few plays this year where like he could have just made the simple play and just like went forward, but he tried to make the more godlike like let me go flank them, 3-piece them in the back. But I'm like, yo, Ant, like listen, you could have just came to the point, like we could all shot them together. You're good. You didn't have to go for the bang Shotzzy play. There's a few times he does that.
Bang!
You know what I mean?
Like, the crowd erupts.
There's like a play you can just like, oh, let me just sit in this corner, shoot them in the back, or there's a play where you can run at them and like go troll. But I mean, it's like because like people like that, you got to just let them do their thing. And that's one thing I noticed about this team is like a lot of the times
he does get that 3-piece.
Exactly.
And then it's just like, oh, well, fuck, I guess.
I think towards it, when we started playing bad, like everybody just understood that we just had to be closer together on the map, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
But Ant doesn't really, because the only thing about Ant is like he's not confrontational. Like, he won't say anything to you about what you did most of the time.
Yeah.
And he definitely has a lot. Like he thinks it a lot because he thinks about COD the way I think about it. Like there needs to be correct plays.
Yeah.
So like,
so do you try to get him to open up? Like, yo, say the thing.
The whole year I'm just like, bro, you should be talking.
I think they were in Modern Warfare. I think maybe Vanguard. Wait, what was before Modern Warfare 2?
Vanguard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think those 2 years there were Shotzzy would blow up. Like
exactly.
Like, Paige would text and be like, yo, Ant's Ant's tweaking right now. Like there's
Wait, what do you mean?
Like between the team.
Because he would just like build up everything
really? and I think it's because he wouldn't say anything for 3 months and then all of a sudden blah.
Yeah.
That's me in like every relationship I've been in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's why I like having somebody else on the team that's like talkative. So like AG talks a lot. Like he's very vocal. He like is very expressive when things he doesn't like things. So I do like that. But yeah, and I think because just the fact that he has a good mind for COD, he should be talking. I it's kind of like that. I guess it's just like a thing where like somebody's like really good at something, but they don't want to pursue it. And it's like, bro, you're got like talk. All you do is talk. Like nobody like you can come at me and say, Ken, you trolled that. Because me, I'm very like I guess. Like just losing my words, I'll just say like you just fucking trolled that shit. Like
just direct.
Yeah, I'm just like.
Then you turn
what the
around,
hell
there's a camera behind you.
Yeah,
Rogers.
I see JP in the camera sniping.
Put that in.
I was telling him like whenever we did Around the Bar, I was like you were on TK and then 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
Then OpTic. So he's always been on like a hoodie org, like a content based.
Yeah.
Like he's never been on like a. I mean, I don't want to throw any shots, but he's never been on like a TSM where they're just like, all right, here's your money, now go play. Hope you do well at the event. Like, there's not.
Yeah.
I think that's like helped me a lot though, because like I said, I won't look over at the camera and be like, oh, like, let me not say anything. Like, I'll always just speak, and if they want to edit it or cut it out, that's fine. I don't mind because. Even I think maybe you texted me or somebody texted me. It was like,
yeah, when I did Division.
Yeah. He texted me. It was like, "Are you cool with me putting this in? Like, I like that you were like talking, like doing this and like what you do in practice." I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine. Like, I don't care. Like, nobody is finna be in that comments and convince me otherwise that like I'm being detrimental." So
yeah,
I feel like that's one thing I definitely like don't mind is like a camera being around me because I'll stay myself. Like, nobody's finna tell me to shut up.
How are you feeling about Black Ops 6?
I enjoy it. I mean, obviously we got Shotzzy on our team, so that's kind of lit.
That's probably is it nice like with this insane Omni movement? But you're like, we got Shotzzy on our team. Thank God.
I think the fact that like I mean, realistically to really look at it, I think our team's like one of the fastest teams in the league. So I think the game helps us a lot, and it also could be a three sub meta. And obviously I've ran a sub before, so. I mean, I'm excited for the game. It's a fun game. It's fast paced. I think the maps. I don't know. I haven't played all the maps, but I think some of the maps could be good. So we'll see.
Treyarch, I they'll never listen to this, but I'll do anything for a three gun meta. I'll do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, there's been a 3-gun meta.
3-gun meta?
There's been a 3-gun meta twice in COD.
Yeah.
Twice.
What was that?
BO4 is one.
BO4, there were 3 guns, and that's the best. It's like the most balanced.
Was it
ever.
like a SMG, a mid-range
AR, and a long-range AR?
Yeah, really?
And
that
then
would be cool.
In IW, there were 3 guns too. It was the
World War II had it too, because you had the PPSH, the bar, and you had the SCG.
Oh, I did people? Oh yeah,
people use the bar. The bar is
bar,
OP,
yeah.
But then like they had like the Bantam attachments on it,
and the FG.
Yeah,
I remember Ian.
Those are the best metas, but usually the middle gun is like the do it all.
Yeah.
Is that what the best person runs?
Yeah, most of the time.
Is that what you run?
In BO4, I did run that. Yeah.
Would you rather be SMG or AR?
I've always like thrived when I was like the.
I don't think you realize how good of a question that is.
Yeah.
He has no idea how good of a question.
I've always thrived at like.
Well, I think because I swear I saw you running SMG.
That's what I'm
before,
saying. I've ran
sub.
everything. I've ran main AR.
And then you join us, and then you're running AR, and I'm like,
well, to be fair,
I trust
like,
it to work.
Yeah,
But I think I've just always seen you with a sub.
Yeah, with our team now, like I mean, they kind of get. I just like it this way because our team now gives me like the green light to use whatever I want. Like, Ken, decide what you want to use on this map. Like, that's what I like. Because like in BO4, I would pull out like the main AR gun, which was like the ICR. I would pull it out on certain maps because I'm like, I know this is OP. Like if we run 3 of them, and like that was the thing about OpTic, they never ran 3 against us. And we would like beat them because of it. And maybe they didn't feel that way, but we knew it was like a part of like the plan. Like, let's run 3 ICRs, and that was like based off my feel. I would pull out a sub sometimes, pull out this gun. Like,
so it kind of just has to do with the game and the map.
Yeah, and that's why I'm the flex player because I'm flexible. I can use whatever, and that's when I like it. I don't like to be just like bound to one gun. Granted, this year I just ran AR for most of the time because the AR was kind of like the best gun for most of it.
Dude, the crazy part about the beta is everybody's talking about that one gun, the Jackal. Yeah. But dude, there were 3 or 2 other additional subs at COD Next.
Yeah.
The other one was fire. What was that one called?
The Tanto.
Yeah, dude, it shoots like.
Yeah.
But it's like bing bing bing. It's like 2-shot kill.
That's the thing. I mean, they always say like, well, for me, they've always said like, just give Ken the best gun in the game and he'll. But like, I don't ever think about it that way. I just like to use whatever gun.
Do you want snipers back?
I mean, I have Brandon on my team. He's always been a good sniper. The thing about snipers is like it can be cheesy to like the fact that like in BO4 we had stim, so like you could instantly be one shot and then get your health back instantly. So in that game, a sniper could just like chow whatever and then go behind a wall, stim and then reach out. So it was kind of cheesy in that game. But the thing about the snipers is that it's kind of like on the same playing field as smokes. So if smokes are bad, snipers are OP. But if smokes are too good, then it's like, well, the snipers are useless. So it's kind of like that balance.
Have they decided in the beta? Because I've seen tweets that snipers are already GA'd.
It's because they have aim assist. So like when sniper, like in BO4, there was no aim assist on the sniper, but people were still good with the sniper.
Yeah.
That's like the thing is like
But in Cold
War,
War,
it hasn't been decided yet.
In Cold War ruined snipers because in Cold War you could aim down a sight and there was no flinch when you got hit.
Yeah.
So you get hit and you just tank the shots because there's 150 health, and then you just kill the guy.
It's also playing on PCs compared to Xboxes.
Very
it's
different.
just so much easier to aim.
Yeah. And then another thing too is like if snipers in, smokes have to be in, but then there's a thing called like one way. Like you've heard of it. Like you one way a smoke. Like in COD, it's like really, really bad. So people do that, and then people are like, well, we got to take out smokes. Well, then snipers are out. So it's just kind of like it's a weird thing.
I'm worried. I am nervous about ranked play because ranked play in Cold War, people don't really remember it because the actual system was so bad. But one thing that was an issue in Cold War is that in the actual league there were like GAs and ways to play, so you guys made it as like fun to watch as possible.
Yeah.
But there's none of that in the ranked play. So everyone gets a free trophy system. So at all times there's 13 trophies on the map.
Really?
So if you throw anything anywhere, it's getting hit by a trophy.
Yeah.
You think something like that might happen?
Oh yeah, because unless because they're gonna have to build it into the game.
When
like,
rank comes out in 6 months.
Yeah. Well, dude, apparently it's
It's
coming
gonna
out
come out
first
early.
season.
Really?
They said
That's what I'm more so scared about. I'm kind of like thinking about it recently. I was thinking about it yesterday. I'm like, it's good that it's coming out early, but is it? Because I feel like rank play gets boring so fast. And like,
you have to have the issue with COD is there's never been a good like
rewards, exactly. And then there's also hackers. That's like
okay, well, yeah,
that's like something that you can't control. But like, I think the reward system needs to be better because like, bro, you're giving me some like skin or camo that like is worse than the default camo or stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's not worth grinding to be top 250. I'm top 250 for what? To have my picture on the screen? That's cool, but
and
on a
only you guys get
leaderboard
that.
with 70% of it being cheaters and shit.
So
yeah, Blake is like, they were talking about ranked play at COD Next, and everybody was like, yeah. And then all the people that played it were like, we can't talk about the actual issue here.
Exactly. That's what I'm scared of, because I think like you gotta add some spice to it. Like that's what I liked about last year's game is that some of the hardpoint maps, like they changed the rotation of hardpoints, or like put the hardpoints in different spots. Yeah. And I'm on like I think I'm in the minority on this one, but I think after every event, if they did that on all, like let's say the map set is this, like if after every event they change the hills on each map, I think it would make COD so much more cooler or fun, because
I think
then everybody isn't playing the same game for 3-4 months. It's like you can see a different play style, and like
I even like when they add and take out maps.
Same.
Like I love that shit. Like
makes
six star comes in, it puts like such a I love the mid-season rotate, like a mid-season map rotation. Kind of like Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike, you never know what maps are in. Like I have no idea what maps are in right now.
Yeah.
But when I was watching back in the day, I could name all the maps, and then people were like, and same in Val, they're like, I can't wait for Split or I can't wait for these Bind to come back or Breeze, and then when it does come back, it's hype.
100%.
That we don't have that in COD. But. Yeah, so do you think the Omni movement is like as big of a deal as people are making it out to be?
I don't think the Omni movement is like the issue. So like I think Omni movement, people kind of got it mixed up. It's like they think Omni movement is the main movement of the game, but it's really the dolphin diving and the sliding that is like the harder like skill gappy part of the game. Like the Omni movement, you just move your left stick left, right, back. Like
how do you do it? Like how are you diving?
So you can, so like you have to, so now like usually when you play COD, you just use your left stick forward because you sprint. But now if you want to dive to the side, you have to move your left stick to the side and then just press dive. And then you dive to the left or you dive to the right. You just got to, I feel like the left stick is just more like like you have to actually use it now. And I think people will get used to that. But I think the diving and not messing up your dive or your slide is like what actually is like going to be like a skill gap in the game. I don't think the Omni movement, being able to sprint left, right, back, front is like, I guess, bad or like
it's not that big of a deal. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, I don't know. I think it should always be in COD though. I swear it feels so smooth just being able to run and all.
Are people slide canceling around every corner every 2 seconds?
I
haven't played it.
No, that's gonna be COD from forever.
Those days are over.
Stand it, bro. I don't want to do a button combo.
Okay, but that's the thing about this game.
Around a map.
That's the thing about this game. They made it easier to do. Like they don't want button combos, so they made a lot of like assist stuff in the settings, so where you can make the slide and everything way easier.
Like, where like you just press in your analog stick, you slide, and it'll like pop right up.
Exactly. Like they made a lot of stuff that like made it easier for casuals because of the fact that they don't want button.
And then the actual good people are like, man, why the fuck they make?
But
this
we'll
shit
just like not use it. Like we'll just GA that in our stuff, or like ban it. But people don't like to hear that. But
I'm just so sick of slide canceling. Like I just miss the old
iron up,
stand on a heady, you iron up, you go on a fucking streak.
Unk status right now.
That is unk status.
No, it is for sure.
Back in my day,
y'all are excited for Black Ops 6?
Yeah.
I haven't. I was going to stream it.
Shut up. Shut up.
I was gonna stream it. I haven't streamed it so long. I was gonna stream it. Then I looked. I saw Scump with like 24,000 viewers.
Oh no!
And then I saw Zenny with like 200. And I was like, where the? I was like, where the fuck would I be if I was like, all right, so there's no point of streaming this.
Yesterday we got on to play it, and they were all on, and I was like, what do y'all want to do, man?
Yeah.
Like, there's no point of streaming that game.
At that point, you better just play the game that you want to play. Like,
Zenny played with them right when it dropped. Zenny's on with like Seth, Shotzzy, everyone. Next day, I don't see Zenny on all day until I see Seth like 5 hours into his stream. Then I see Zenny sign on. I'm like, okay, I see it.
I mean, you have to.
Yeah, like you literally okay, Seth's going to get off in an hour or two. Dude. He'll hit me with the raid. It's all calculated.
I'm at Rangers night.
That's what you got to do.
I'm at OpTic Rangers night, and I'm looking around. It's top of the second. I look around. I'm like, Seth, Zen.
Yeah,
Shotzzy, Kenny, Nade Shot, Symphony. I was like, boys, I gotta go. I will see you guys. I will see you guys later.
Yeah.
And I left and went home and streamed.
Yeah. Or the first day.
Everyone was there.
the first day Seth was streaming it, I think it was like 7 p.m. and you tweeted and you're like,
I was like, all right, man, it's about time to get off.
It's about time for you to get off at 7 p.m.
I did see that tweet.
We're trying to start our stream.
All right, man, it's been 9 hours.
All right.
I think it's about time to call it.
Yo, call the shift, bro. Like, can you clock out for me, please?
All right. Well, Kenny, thanks so much for joining us, man.
No problem.
Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.
It's been episode 119.
Matt, Craig. Play that outro music.
Hey guys, this is not an ad, but it's just a plug. Everybody, if you want to run, join the OpTic Run Club on Strava. We're almost at 700 members. Go join it.